What is up, guys? It's T-Wolf here. Welcome back to another Star Wars Hunter's Guide video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the damage hunter, Rieve. Rieve's abilities are pretty strong. First off, her ability lets her throw her lightsaber, which does 45 damage for a hit and can hit enemies on the return. Next, she charges forward a small distance, doing 60 damage to anyone hit by it. Lastly, her ability lets her leap through the air and do 25 damage to all enemies in the area of impact, which is actually surprisingly large. This is really good for finishing off a weak enemy who's retreating, especially if they have higher ground than you. Now, Rieve does 45 damage, which is a lot, but she doesn't have much range and she's one of the weakest hunters in terms of health. However, it's definitely worth it as she shreds enemies with her lightsaber ridiculously fast. She also blocks blaster bolts as a passive, which has a stamina bar, which does run out, but can come in handy quite a lot. Now I'm going to show you her abilities. At level 2, you've got her dash, doing less damage, but enemies are going to be slowed. Now we've got a slam upgrade. Enemies hit by it are going to get launched, but the range is decreased, and honestly the range is the best thing about this ability, so I probably wouldn't use it if I were you. Here we've got an upgrade on the Lightsaber Throw. It's going to do more damage, but it's only going to return after hitting one enemy, so it seems kind of okay since you're not going to have many opportunities to hit multiple enemies. Now, upgrade seems very situational. If you finish off an enemy with the dash, it's going to let you use the dash straight away again, but with a longer cooldown. So kind of average. I really don't think it's going to have that much use. Next one is the leap. It's going to do more damage, but you can only use it onto an enemy, so you can't use it to get out of a situation with low health. So I probably wouldn't use this one, guys. Lastly, we've got one for the Lightsaber Throw. So it's going to stun enemies hit by the lightsaber, but a longer cooldown. So it doesn't seem that great, to be honest. Overall, Rieve's abilities are kind of weak, but she's really strong
most of these
anyway.
aren't really worth using.
Here we're hopping to a match on the Pod Racer map. We're dominating enemies on the objective with really high damage. Now, I forgot to mention the ultimate ability earlier. It's a bit underwhelming. It pulls in enemies in a pretty small range and does a small bit of damage, but you can see me getting a pretty nice kill on the Robot Jedi with it. Throughout the rest of the game, it wasn't too tough. I kept pushing enemies and holding the objective. Only thing to watch out for is the pod racers. Obviously, you're playing objective a lot more and getting close up to enemies, so this can catch you off guard, and it's a one-shot kill, so definitely pay attention to that. In this next match, I was playing Hut Ball, which is similar to Brawl Ball on Brawl Stars if you ever played that. You've got to pick up the ball and shoot into the goal, but you can't use abilities or attack while holding the ball, and you're also slowed. I got some really solid kills on this map and a pretty good run with the ball up on the left side of the pitch, which we'll see in a minute. But it didn't end up going in because of some bug where I shot the ball, but it just stopped mid-air and sort of flopped to the ground. And if it wasn't for that little misplay, I definitely would have won the game. Bear in mind, you can't use zip lines or jump up to any areas while you're holding the ball. Here you can see my run on the left side where I got the ball and I was able to hold on to it for a pretty long time, but I did end up getting the bug where the ball didn't go in the goal, which eventually ended up losing us the game as we lost in overtime 1-0 to the enemy team. Here is the fateful moment in live action for you. Right after I grab the ball off this guy, run up to the goal, I take aim, it's clearly going to go in, and then bam, I die and it just glitches back to the floor. Pretty annoying. Here's the kill replay. You can see it just sort of teleported back, and then we ended up losing in overtime. But GG's, peace out to the enemy team. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I definitely recommend playing Rieve if you want to get some high kill games. Leave any questions you have in the comments, and also check out my social links in the description. Have a great rest of your day.